Hi there guys, it's Helen from SlimmandStylish and you're joining me for my 4th day of my 7-day back-to-back projects where I'm going to be bringing you a project, tutorial or demonstration every day for 7 days. This is day 4 and instead of doing a bag or a box like I have done or a card, I'm now covering a notebook. So I bought these notepads and I've been scribbling like crazy. They are a bit big for the screen there, I don't know if you can see it. I've been scribbling like crazy with all the ideas that I'm going to show you and demonstrate to you. And I looked at it and I thought it is actually a very boring writing pad from Morrison's. I think they were 55 or 60p. And I thought it would be nice if you covered it so it actually looked a little bit like what you're trying to do. So I covered it in the Eastern Palace Designer Series paper with Surprise Surprise Fresh Fig that I love. And I use this little critter on the side, this little fox, and a few pearls at the bottom. So that's how I've done it. I'm going to explain to you different ways of doing it so that you know for your size writing pad how you are going to be designing it. I will give you a heads up if you do buy these from Morrison's. Although they say writing pad on them, and they are a writing pad on the first page, all of the other pages are plain, which is a pain. So just to pre-warn you, if you're buying them, you can't complain at 60p, but either way, they're not lined. But I'm going to do this. I'm going to explain my measurements to you. So like I said, if you do have a different size writing pad, you can use it. So today I'm not going to be using an in colour. I'm actually going to be using from the Subtles range, and I'm going to be using Calypso Coral, which I equally love. You will notice there's already some score marks in here because I was part way through and the doorbell rang. So here we go, we'll go again. I will explain my measurements to you actually first. That's much better. The writing pad is 5 inches by 7/8 of an inch, and the length is 8 inches, so 8 1/4 inches and 5 7/8 of an inch. The top binding is 1 1/4 inches wide. So when I measured this out, I've actually measured my cardstock 5 7 inches the same, but the length here I've actually done as 8 3/8, even though it's 8 1/4, because I just wanted a lip on it. If I show you on this one, it was Morrison's, there you go. It's just a little lip so that when you actually open it, you've got something for your finger to hold against rather than having to find where you're opening it. It's a bit easier. So I've thought of that as a little bit longer. So my cardstock is 5 7/8 of an inch by 11 1/4 inches, and I'll show you now how I'm going to score it, or how I have scored it. I have scored it at 8 3/8 of an inch, which is the length of my writing pad, and then I've scored it again at 8 6/8 of an inch. I did score it at 8 7/8 of an inch, but that was because I wasn't paying attention and I put my scoring tool bit in the wrong place, my marker. So if I just re-score down then. Okay, that's all the scoring that's needed for this project. It's quite quick. Just fold back along the score line and burnish it with your bone folder, and then I'm just going to make sure I get the right one here after my mistake, and burnish it there. And that is really all that is needed for it. Next, I'm just taking this, and I'm going to take this front cover off here because it is a bit messy. Don't really want that underneath my cover, so I'm just going to cut this off. Make sure as you are cutting it that you're not cutting the glue section, because that's the bit that holds all the paper together, and it would be a bit of a shame if you just had loose leaves falling out all over the place. So you want to keep this glue bit still on. It's just the front cover you're taking off. Now for this I tried a few things. I did try snail, it didn't work. Fuse would work, but I have run out and I'm awaiting a refill now because I've been playing far too much with that. So instead I'm using double-sided tape. You could use Tombow. That would probably be the best thing, the liquid glue, because then you can reposition it whichever way you like. It's doesn't dry straight away, so it does give you time then to manipulate your card. So that would be a good option. But I'm using double-sided tape because liquid glue on a video is not going to be the best idea, because I've then got to wait for it to dry. And if you tuned in yesterday, you'll know that I've been having troubles in keeping my video within a set limit. Apparently it's because I've been uploading on my phone and they will only upload 15 minutes worth. So YouTube then doesn't allow my videos to keep going. I should have put that just in a straight strip, trying to be quick and clever for you there. And just remove that. I've seen lots of people play with removing the backing off double-sided tape. I just use my nails because they're quite long, but I saw someone using a paper piercer and I tried to do that and it went straight through my paper. If you've ever seen me try and attach pearls or diamantes to anything I'm doing, you'll know that I am not the best with the paper piercer, which way I don't want to get my head in this video, so I just want to come off to the side over here and just sit that then at the top of the score line, straight with the back. I'm hoping I've done that. I couldn't put my head over the top, otherwise you wouldn't have seen. But there is my cover on my notepad. So that's that bit done. I've cut a bit of DSP. I'm using Naturally Eclectic DSP for this one, which fits with the Calypso Coral. This is 5 5/8 of an inch by 8 1/8 of an inch. And I'm just going to come in with my snail and stick that onto the card. I've got a few pieces on there because it's a large panel. Just lay that flat there. I can see that I'm doing it. I have done this for anyone who has got a different size notepad. I have took a 1/2 inch off each measurement so that it's been able to get added to my card, with a frame to my notepad. This one I actually cut in half and made a window with, and I took then 1/4 inch off each section after doing it. Right, I'm just going to stamp this chap out for you. I love him. He's from the Foxy Friends set, which is this set here, and he is this one, this fox, and I think he's ever so cute. He comes with a punch. You won't believe how simple it is to make this chap. This is the punch it comes with. So if just punch some whisper white all the way through. I'm not going to be using every bit of this that's been punched. I'm going to be using his head, his body and his tail, and the rest can just be put aside. This does have individual ones, so I could have used all the different bits to layer him up and make sort of a decoupage one. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to stamp this simply. I'm going to come in and stamp it with Calypso Coral. Piece of scrap paper. I don't want to, just started a new grid paper after last time, so I don't want to mess that up. And instead of putting them all next to each other, I'm just going to do them all individually. So if I just stamp him up, oh, he's going to be a very bright colour this time. Apologies if my head gets in the way, but I just want to line him up. Hopefully you can see what I've done as well. My head hasn't just been in the way, but I wanted to make sure he was lined up perfectly on the cardstock. This is the benefit. Stampin' Up do different sets of stamps. They do wooden stamps, clear stamps, and these photopolymer stamps. And if you ever ask me, I'd tell you that I prefer the photopolymer. I'm sure everybody has their own different ones that they like. Get the tail the right way around. This is the reason why I like the photopolymer set. It's because you can see straight through it and you know exactly where you're stamping. Whereas when you use one of the clear sets, if I can just show you, that's the clear set. You can't always see. They're still beautiful, but you can't see. And a wood mount set, you can't really see at all. It's personal preference, but these are my favourites. So I'm just going to stick him together now. You could stick him up using dimensionals to make him more 3D. Because he's going onto a notepad, which I'm going to be opening and closing, I don't really want him that much for 3D. Just open my ink again because I forgot to stamp his gorgeously cute eyes and nose there. I'm going to be right in front of you again so that I can make sure his face is in the right place. I love him. He's so gorgeous, isn't he? It's got to be the sweetest set I think I have. It really has. So that's him done. Now, the reason why I used 11¼ inch cardstock was because over here we have A4 sizes, not 12 by 12. So it allowed me to have this strip left so that I could put it across for my little fox to sit on, which is what I'm going to do now. So I'm just going to stick that in with some snail. I'm going to put that about an inch from the bottom. I haven't stuck that very straight. Just snip that off there so it's in line. And then I'm just going to take some dimensionals to pop him up. See, if I'd put dimensionals on him as well when I made him, he would have been twice as thick as he is now, and I would have struggled with him being on my front of my notepad. So I only want him up once instead of up twice. There we go. Stick him onto there. Oh no, I stick him back. Might go at the bottom actually. I quite like him. No, he's sitting on top of my strip like the other one did. So there you go. There are my 2 notebooks covered and stamped, and I think they're beautiful. What I did on this one is I put some of our pearls on the bottom. I was going to put some of our rhinestones on the bottom of him, but I haven't got them out. You can jazz it up. Any size notebook this will cover. If you can't work out the sizes based on how I've told you, just drop me a message in the comments section and I'll come back with where you need to score and how you need to cut. But I hope you like these. If you like this little Foxy Friends, it is actually sold as a bundle as well by Stampin' Up, so that you can get both the stamp set and the punch set. Down the bottom there is a link into my website, which does take you directly to the store. There's also a link to my Facebook page. There's also my blog, which will have all the measurements on it. This was day 4 of my 7-day set, so please come back. There'll be 3 more, and then I'll start doing 1 or 2, or probably 2, because I'm enjoying this a week. So this is my set. Actually, I'm quite glad I did it with this paper. Look, it looks like his little paw prints walking off it. But yes, this is today's. And just remember, if you are buying in the month of July, anything you buy will count towards a total if it's in a, a group of £45. You get a £4.50 voucher for use in August. So if you spend £45, you get a £4.50 voucher. £90, you get 2 £4.50 vouchers, and so on for you to spend in August. So not only can you get some goodies this month, you can get some goodies next month. So make sure you take advantage of that. All details are on my blog. If you do want to join, just give me a message and I'll give you the information for that. Thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.